welcome back to the Baldwin Kids Podcast, a space dedicated to discussing sociopolitics, mental health issues, and nerd culture. I am the ruminative K.
And I'm the carbonated Vesta.
You do not need to make those noises. So I'm going to try my best not to be as flabbergasted and as lost for words as I was on our last episode, though, I mean, the depth of human depravity is pretty... It leaves you nonplussed pretty easily. So, anything special you want to say before we get started, or shall we just jump right in?
Let's go.
Classy.
Let's do it.
All right, so I suppose we shall start our Democrips and Rebloodicans section with The Chronicles of Thinly Veiled Racism 2, still Shutdown Edition. So, first off, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Go TSA, four for you TSA, and none for Donald Trump, bye.
TS motherfucking A.
So, for those who haven't heard, there's been a large rash of TSA employees calling out sick to go work other jobs so they can actually get paid. TSA employees are government employees, and therefore, their payment is furloughed during the government shutdown. Which means if they were to go to work, they'd be working for free. There are a lot of things that I play about.
I'll wind up my money.
Exactly. I joke about a lot of things, but money is not one of them. I got bills to pay. I got a mouth to feed.
A mouth?
Yeah, mine. And you're just not going to fuck with me like that. So you can catch this absence and deal. And I believe the union is behind them on calling out sick because they're not getting fucking paid.
Right. Like, that's too hard of a job to not get paid for.
Exactly. Meanwhile, those who have never lifted anything in their, professional lives, aka the higher-ranking politicians, manage to calmly give themselves a $10,000 plus raise, and they're still getting paid. Why are the and I hate to use this term, but the lesser employees not getting paid? And it's not that they're lesser; they just, I guess, according to that the administration just aren't important enough to continue getting paid, even though what they do more often than not is pretty structurally integral to what the rest of them do.
Yeah. It's the whole, I feel like these loopholes where, the higher-ups get paid still, even through the shutdown, is just, people a long time ago realizing, hey, if the government shuts down, that means we could possibly not get paid. Let's write something in some really long law,
No. We're gonna sneak it into a bill that does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sneak it into a bill where it's not paid attention to, so we can still get paid.
Because a lot of these hoes like to just sign bills into law just based on the first 5 or 6 words of it.
First sentence,
treating it treating it like most people treat terms and conditions when they download a new app.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah. Speaking of the shutdown, though, it appears that the House Democrips are trying to force a shutdown. They're trying to shut down the shutdown.
Yeah, which I'm for at this point, honestly.
Same. I'm not the biggest fan of Democrats. Yeah, don't get it twisted, Beach. Just because I drag the Reds don't mean I won't drag the Blues, too. Anyway, I've got the article right here, actually. House Democratic leaders have settled on a legislative strategy to reopen the government, with votes expected on proposals just hours after the party takes control on Thursday, a Democratic aide confirms to CNN. The Democrats plan to vote on a bipartisan package of 6 Senate spending bills and a stopgap measure to reopen the Department of Homeland Security at its current funding levels until February 8th, the aide said. The temporary measure would maintain the current $1.3 billion in border security money, which can be used for fencing and repairs of current barriers.
It's just...
I like using that voice whenever we have articles.
It's just a circus in here, man.
All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. No.
So anyway.
Rude. Antique. And the article continues on saying that here, this is actually a quote from Nancy Pelosi. The president is using the government shutdown to try to force an expensive and ineffective wall upon the American people. But Democrats have offered two bills which separate the arguments over the wall from the government shutdown. Which would make the most sense, would hurt the least people. You know, keep your wall debates up there. Let the people who are, living paycheck to paycheck almost.
Stop throwing tantrums and like making this.
He's a toddler in
I
an
don't get my wall. You guys don't get paid.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, bitch, we need to undo this government shutdown anyway because I need my goddamn tax return.
Yeah, that tax return thing.
Which we'll go into why I need my tax return later on because I am literally vibrating with excitement still.
But I need my tax return. I got places to go.
I got places to go too. I gotta go be sickening.
I got outfits to buy.
I mean, I'm still sickening as I sit, but still.
It's just, but that whole tax return thing. Oh, they can be delayed. Oh, if you don't undelay my tax returns right now.
If you don't unbounce my check.
Like that is gonna be the quickest way to get everybody to be like, okay, you need to end this shutdown right the fuck now. No matter what their political stance is, if they're for or against Trump, that's the one way that's gonna make everybody
be like, hold up, okay. I know you like him. I know you like him. I know you can't stand him. I know I can't stand him. But now
we
the
need
four of
our
us
tax return.
We need our money.
Right.
We can debate about how much whether or not he is or isn't a piece of shit later on. But a bitch needs money.
We need that tax returns. It's like that one video of the lady in the car just. Yeah.
Like, even if y'all unshut it down for like 3 months so we can get our tax returns and then reshut that bitch down.
Yeah, I need my money.
Like, just throw my return at me like Rihanna did at that bouncer. Please tell me you've seen that GIF.
What?
It was a GIF that was popping up a lot during the 2016 election, where the majority of the captions were something along the lines of me giving my vote to Hillary Clinton to keep Trump from winning. And it's just like Rihanna just going, ugh, and throwing a wad of money at somebody.
Oh, that was, yeah. I know that. I know the story behind that, yeah.
Ooh, you're going to have to tell me when we're not recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moving on from depressing shit, like, girl, really. Anyway, moving on from less depressing shit, speaking of girls, I'm excited.
Same.
I can't say I'm vibrating with excitement because I say that all the time now, but there are so many women and people of color displacing all these old white dinosaurs in power, and I'm living for each and every nanosecond of it. Boo, boo, boo. So, like, these old white dinosaurs are shaken, shooketh, shaken, not stirred, vibrated, earthquaked,
I was going to say
quaking,
vibrated, damn it. Just
oscillated.
I was going to say oscillated. God damn it.
Step your vocabulary game up, ho. Anyway, so, like, these people are trying to discredit Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and you just can't. Your fave could never.
It doesn't make sense.
Like, nigga, what is this, Footloose?
It's like another tan suit attack, honestly.
No, but, like, what is this, Footloose trying to discredit her because she's dancing? Yeah, and you're cheating on your wife with 3 underage boys. Now what? Like, she's just...
Oh, no, you said 3 underage boys.
Ooh, speaking of... Well, no, actually, no, we'll get to that later.
Yep.
But no, seriously, though. She's being sickening and carefree and rocking the loud red makeup and the hoops. Don't you dare try to take the hoops from a Bronx girl. You will lose a finger.
Right.
And, like, they could never. Like, and there was a video that popped up recently after the whole dancing quote-unquote fiasco happened, which it's not even a fiasco, it's just she danced while she was in college.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Something that I'm pretty sure the majority of y'all did if you weren't so busy holding a stick up your ass the whole time.
True.
But, like, there was a video that popped up, her responding to that, where she was, like, dancing her way into the office room. Because your fave could never.
Never.
We've also got them trying to drag Rashida Tlaib. I do not know how to pronounce her last name properly. Tlaib, probably.
Correct us if we're wrong.
Please correct us if we're wrong. Shoot us an email at askthebkcast@gmail.com. Anyway, who said, let's impeach the motherfucker.
Yep.
And I'm over here like, that. I mean, one, that's what 2/3 of the country is thinking, or more, I'm sure.
Probably.
And two, so I guess we're going to disregard, the president saying grab him by the pussy. I guess we're going to disregard him calling the people protesting in the NFL sons of bitches. I guess we're going to disregard him talking about how he could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and still have supporters. I guess we're going to disregard him mocking a disabled reporter, but her calling him a motherfucker is wrong.
Right.
Okay, Jan.
You just redlined so hard with that click. But also, the let's impeach the motherfucker just reminds me of Patty LuPone.
Oh, like my diamond. My
We're just
diamond.
like, the president's gonna. How do you feel about the president? Actually, I really hope he doesn't show up tonight. Why is that? Because I hate the motherfucker. How's that?
Like, she did not waste any time.
Goodbye.
Like, my diamond.
I love her so much. But, it's just.
Wait. No, go ahead. Actually, no, go ahead.
Honestly, it's a hot ass fucking mess. Anytime someone does something that's not like stick up assy Caucasian in the office, they want to just go straight after it.
Yeah.
Oh, the president wore a tan suit.
Oh, can we?
Oh, Michelle wore really I almost said really thigh high, really shiny Balenciagas. Oh no!
Like, they were just mad that the two edges that they had left were starting to get removed.
My wig.
Exactly. But like, can we talk about the hoe at ABC that wrote that whole article about how she should apologize? You, sir, need to eat a whole bowl of fresh dicks for breakfast. Cause no. This is not an example I want to set for my children. Bitch, have you seen the president? You want to talk about somebody who's not an example for children? Talk about the guy in the fucking Oval Office that is treating the country. You know what? All the people who voted for him are right. He is treating the country like he treats his businesses. Running it into the ground, bankrupting it, and then probably... And not paying the workers either. Imagine that.
That shit don't add up, girl.
Anyway... Like, sidebar, because I just wanted to mention this, that Nancy Pelosi has the speaker gavel back, and I fully expect wigs to be snatched left, right, and center.
My wig.
Because, yes. All right, so moving on to something that I was just, like, flabbergasted about. The Zodiac Killer, Ted Cruz, and Republican Representative Francis Rooney introduced a bill to limit terms.
How about that?
Of
all people.
There are, like,
I feel like he's doing it with the intent of, like, trying to keep all of this melanated womanhood that's coming into office right back out of office.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
I'm pretty sure that's what his intentions are.
Yeah,
but that's also going to, like, backfire. He's probably just taking the good with the bad. He doesn't want, like, oh shit, we're getting all this in the office? No.
Yeah, this I'm sorry, it's not a bill, it's a constitutional amendment.
Oh, well then,
Mea culpa.
Oh, yeah.
The amendment, co-sponsored by Senators Marco Rubio out of Florida, Mike Lee out of Utah, and David. What the? This is literally all Republicans. So yeah,
The second I heard that, I'm like, that's exactly what that is.
Don't mind me sounding like a Minecraft villager over here.
I almost did the Roblox sound.
No. Anyway, but yeah, it's the.
But yeah, the second I heard that, I was like,
that don't
get excited.
That don't smell clean.
Don't get fooled by that. I'm like, there's a reason why they're reporting it the way that they are. It's because they want everybody supportive. They want you to think that that's going for old white man in office, which it does. However, that also, if it is passed, is going to be like, it's just like, oh, well, you guys might have color in office.
For now.
But y'all ain't keeping them there. We don't want them, so you're not going to keep them. That's all that is to me.
Yeah. The amendment would restrict senators to 2 6-year terms and House members to 3 2-year terms.
Oh, yeah, see, that they ain't slick. That's either gonna. That depends. There's gonna be Republicans that are in on it, and there's gonna be Democrats that are in on it, and then vice versa. There's gonna be some on both parties that are not.
Yeah, I was liking the idea, but now that you mention it like that, it doesn't
It's
make
just
sense.
because then you have to start weighing out what you would prefer. Because on the one hand, even though those intentions are very obviously malicious toward the color and melanation and holleration and the dancery, you also have to consider the fact that I was trying to keep going. You can't laugh. God damn it!
So this amendment comes out of their hateration and and holleration in that Washington dancery.
See, your wallet couldn't even deal with that. It's just like goodbye. But keeping trying to give out valid points here.
Da 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 da. Anyway,
Okay, but if you pass it, you have you're able to get old geezers out of office that you don't want in office.
like bitch McConnell.
But then you also limit the terms of all of these people who needed to be in office in the first place, who need to be there.
To make change.
On the contrary wise, if you don't pass it, you get to keep the people that we have in there now. All these women, all this color. But you also keep the eggshell.
The moldy dinosaurs.
Yeah, you keep them. So it's just like a big gamble.
Honestly, the way I see it, it can be considered a win-win.
When how?
Because, yeah, the melanin may end up ultimately getting voted out, but here's the thing. If we get trash in there, we can also get it back out just that quickly.
That's fair.
God, I wish I knew who said this quote. Politicians in diapers need to be changed often and often for the same reason.
True.
So, yeah. We'll see how that plays out, see if that actually gets added, because that'll be interesting to see what'll happen in like the next decade or so. Alrighty, so that's actually it for our main section, which means it's time for our rapid fire. So we can start with the new senator, Kirsten Sinema, which, first of all, she sounds like a fantasy. Her name makes her sound like a fantasy character.
She sounds like a really elaborate movie theater that sells you cocktails.
Yes, thank you for coming to Kirsten Cinemas. We offer Bloody Marys, Moscow Mules, and mojitos tonight for our showing.
And our special is mimosas for morning show.
Yes, mimosas for Sunday morning show.
We're disgusting. Next, she's openly bisexual. And she swore it over a law book. She was like, Bibble, who? We don't use that in these parts.
Oh, and I'm sure if you got some 4K ass footage of the swearing in, you could see the steam escaping out of Mike Pence's ears.
Oh, you know he was hot
because he had to be the one to swear her in. She is openly bisexual and swears in on a law book. Mike Pence is disgustingly religious.
I would have, if that were me, I would have just sworn in with like the face.
Oh, did you not see the picture?
Oh, I've seen it.
You could see that Mona Lisa smile. The hello, Michael.
Hello.
I'm sure that you being
I've
here.
heard all about you, you dusty bitch.
I'm sure my presence here without Mother is very, very disheartening.
Ew, I hate that. So next. I thought Vincent Price was dead. Who invited him back in here?
The funk of 40,000 years.
Next point, please.
And creatures.
Stop.
All right, fine.
I will hold music the shit out of you again. Don't think I won't.
Anyway, so next we've got Liz Warren running for president, or doing like some kind of exploratory.
Okay.
Girl, I guess.
Okay.
Cause yeah, that's nice. That's great. That's awesome. Cool. Sweet. Later.
Right.
Like I'll care in a couple months if she actually does full-fledged do the like legit running for president thing, because I forget the exact quote, but it was something along the lines of exploratory bid or something. Which
this ain't the Discovery Channel. You can just explore your bids. You put one in or you don't.
Yeah,
girl.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. Cause sure. And last but not least, for our rapid fire, Wesley Bell is the new prosecutor for St. Louis County. Got appointed, walked in first day, unfurled his dick, and smacked Kathy Elizadeh.
Boom.
And sent her right out the window. Bye.
Goodbye.
For those who don't know, she was the assistant prosecutor responsible for not getting an indictment for Darren Wilson. So she like he said that there were going to be some three distinct changes upon his starting in that office, and the very next day, 3 people were gone, including her.
Goodbye.
Like, wasted no time. Wasted not a single second.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
All right. Yeah, she's probably, like, fuming. Somebody's probably cooking eggs on her forehead right now.
Oh.
So, moving on to our palette clowns.
I like
Which...
fucking nasty. Seems like a vacuum cleaner. All right.
Clown. So, let's start off with the 17 sickening queens of the Texas justice system.
Boom, 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 boom.
Are you just like beatboxing a Vogue beat right now?
Yeah.
Lord. Mercy. Anyway, so long story short, 17 new judges have been appointed in Texas. I actually don't have the county in front of me, but the fact of the matter is that it's representation. It's criminals not getting stared at by somebody who should have died 10 years ago.
Woo! Who did die 10 years ago and is still on the podium somehow.
Let me see. Here we go. Harris County, which includes Houston and the surrounding areas.
Houston Rocket.
Which I'm sure Beyonce is proud off in the distance.
713.
So that makes for a total of 19 black female judges in Harris County. Exactly.
I dabbed too slow.
Did you?
I was trying to do it on the last one.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
But long story short, a total of 19 sickening black queens running the Justice Department, so we might see some actual justice for once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I'm excited.
So am I. So moving on, a Pacific Northwest production of The Nutcracker is debuting in the history of the show, is debuting its first ever black Fritz.
I wish I'd understood the context of that because I never liked the Nutcracker.
But no, he's freaking adorable and breaking barriers while being adorable. And like I said, is the first black person to ever play Fritz, ever.
I've never again. I've only seen an all-black cast of the Nutcracker in my life.
Right.
But this is like an actual high tech.
This is up there, I wish I had the article in front of me right now because it's opening. Here we go. I've got the link right here. Introducing Josiah Walters as Fritz of the I'm assuming they meant 2019, Pacific Northwest Ballet's George Balanchine's Nutcracker. My son and the first black Fritz in the history of the Nutcracker.
Oh, yeah.
Yas.
Go ahead, boy.
He's freak. Look at him.
Oh, my God. Absolutely fucking precious.
But, yeah, so that's a thing.
Yes.
And then, last but not least, Africa doing it big, doing the most. A Roy Alela, I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, is a 25-year-old Kenyan who developed some smart gloves to convert sign language into audio speech via an Android app, because you Apple girls could never. More than 30. This article just kind of rolls through how some of it works. Long story short, his niece was born deaf. And he got frustrated with her. They both were getting frustrated with the issues of communication. So he was like, okay, time to go be technologically awesome.
And made sign gloves. Smart gloves, I'm sorry. Smart sign gloves.
Yeah, I think, judging by how this article is written, it looks like for now the gloves recognize letters and not gestures.
Okay.
But the thing is that give it a year of development.
Yep, it'll be like... I'm excited for that. That's actually really cool.
As am I.
Because I lack the coordination to sign anything. That'd be very useful.
It is not that hard. I can, Vesta. I can teach you how to introduce yourself when we break for music.
Let's say I'm not the most coordinated bean in the patch. So.
Okay. But yeah, so that was our palette clones. I'm just Vesta lost his neck for a second, just as I say clones. He just like retracts.
Sounds like those notes that singers and pastors, like, R&B singers and pastors sing, where they sound like they farted. That's what it sounds like to me. So.
You know what? I'm just gonna let you have that. And
you can keep that.
that is all yours. If you like it, I love it.
Anyway.
All right, y'all. We are going to have our regularly scheduled musical break.
Today, we have
a
new song by Ray Band Music.
Ooh.
Chicago artists. Queer artists? Question mark? Don't quote me on that. It's called Don't Have You.
Ooh, I'm excited. All right, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, take some sweet tunes. Go ahead and enjoy the music.
All these fart sounds, God. Anyway.
We shall return post-haste. Enjoy.
I met the devil in his eyes with pastel green obscene and always cost me pain. He made me promises I knew that he could never keep and came back anyway. And I can't stop him now, cause I don't know how to stop myself from giving in each time I've given my all for your love and came right out with nothing. It's the thing that I loved you once before. Shit out now once you were all apart. You take a life with no regard to all the harm you caused me. You're ugly, and you know the truth is I don't know exactly where to go next if I don't have you. It's the thing that I loved you once before. Shit out now once you were all apart. You take a life with no regard to all the harm you caused me. You're ugly, and you know the truth is I don't know exactly where to go next if I don't have you.
I've got no way to find out where to go in life because you take control each time. But I'm getting sick of feeling hopeless and alone, so I'm taking back what's mine. I can't stop her now, cause I don't know how to stop myself from giving in each time I've given my all for your love and came right out with nothing.
It's the thing that I loved you once before. Shit out and I want you up all apart. You take a life with no regard to all the harm you caused me. You're ugly, and you know the truth is that
enjoyed that. I know I did.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just over here like, my wig.
My wig.
My wig.
You just really like that sound effect, don't you?
My wig. My wig. My wig.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, we are moving on to our mental health section. So, as always, we are just a couple of loudmouths with a couple of mics and some recording software and a lot to say. So, please, 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 take what we say with an aircraft carrier of salt.
It's so boring.
How is that boring? An aircraft carrier? A whole ship?
A Metal Gear.
Metal Gear?
Stop.
Why would you bring up Metal Gear?
Stop.
So, for our mental health segment,
No, you're not doing it.
we're going to be talking about self-care.
I hate it. I really do. I really hate this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Well, it's your fault for bringing up Metal Gear.
I'll bring up Metal Gear. All right.
Anyway,
Self-care.
now that I've gotten myself out of Solid Snake mode, though he may make another appearance.
Just cough the solid snake out of your throat.
My mind went a completely other direction with that.
No.
Rude.
We haven't even gotten started. Like, you gave the disclaimer, and all we've done is talking about deep-throating snakes.
I mean, Naked Snake wasn't the first person to do that. They called him Snake. They called that game Snake Eater for a reason.
So self-care.
Right, self-care. So, self-care, first of all, is not just a Mac Miller song. It is something that we should all, work on.
Yes.
I had a lot about this in my head on the way here, and because I was driving, I couldn't type it.
Yeah.
So, basically, one of the things that was pointed out to me by a friend is that self-care has a weird image, at least in the cultures that I and Vesta are exposed to. It's a lot of blankets this and hot coffee, hot chocolate tea, and
Nothing that really does anything.
yeah, I mean it feels nice, and sometimes you need a mental health day where you can sit at home in your underwear and binge watch Kimmy Schmidt.
But the idea of self-care stems from the idea, like, it reflects how our culture, what our culture considers mental health to be, which is just surface level solutions for surface level problems that are not surface level, which is why the image of self-care being cozied up in a blanket with hot tea, watching TV, hot chocolate, bubble bath, this stalls all in your skin and look real nice. Yeah. And chocolate tastes real good till you drink it all.
Until it's gone and you still feel like
and
shit.
You still feel like absolute garbage. And then you feel like, then at that point, when you have that mindset in your head, you feel like you're not doing something right, or something's wrong with you. Like, it's just like, it could send you down a mental train of, like, that you don't need to be on.
Right. Yeah. Self-care. Well, some of that stuff can be self-care for some people. And either way, it's gonna help, at least in the short term.
Yeah, it's very short term.
Taking a mental health day off from work, especially with my primary job, ooh, dear lolly.
Yeah, with a lot of my older jobs, I needed it, and I never had it. Like,
yeah.
This is probably, this and the job before are the first jobs where I've been able to have a day where I can, like,
go
do this or do nothing.
Yeah. So, one of the big things that I guess gets missed in the whole self-care conversation is actually genuinely taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Like, eating better.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't to say, eat so that way you lose weight or whatever, because some people don't need to lose weight. Some people
don't want to.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you like it, I love it. If you like your body the way it is and you don't want to change it, so be it. But at the same time,
Fake bitches sound off. I'm sorry.
I don't care if you're 100 pounds, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, 400 pounds. If you're a fat bitch, then hold it down. Anyway.
I'm so upset because that's the song that was going through my head when I said that.
I mean, but anyway, that's it's not necessarily eating to lose weight. It's eating things that are going to...
Yeah, things that you put in your system benefit said system.
And sometimes you need to figure out ways to make access to those foods more low spoons friendly.
Yes.
Like I know that I need to eat more veggies on a more regular basis.
Hardcore.
So what I've started doing in a way to try to do some kind of self-care in that is I figured out a super simple recipe. Yeah, I know, it's so simple. You just need a pound of veggies and 2 shots of vodka.
I got I was gonna do that. Followed by 2 shots of vodka.
I'm like, damn, girl, that is like 20 shots of vodka.
That was
like half the handle. Anyway, but no.
You call that the widowmaker. You feed it to your husband and you're a widow.
No. Anyway, yeah, we're sidebar. We're trying to keep.
We're getting so sidetracked.
But the thing is, I feel like it's kind of better doing it this way because we've had so many heavy mental health sections.
I need to take a second to acknowledge this. You are the only one you're the one who attempts to have. We're like Amtrak, because you're like the train. Like you try and stay on track and keep things as comfortable as possible.
And you're that big ass.
And I'm
rock.
and I'm the restaurant that sells microwave food. Like it's only good for a second, and before it gets like off track as fuck, and it's not that great sometimes. That was a really bad analogy.
I'm gonna move on. Anyway, don't let me get so distracted that I lose the topic. So what I've been doing, back to veggies, is
Recipe.
Well, because I'll get that like 6-pound bag of stir fry veggies from Costco, and honestly, wrap them up in an aluminum foil pouch and throw them in the toaster oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And that's it. Boom. Well, obviously with seasonings, but just that little bit of effort, and I've got veggies, and that improves, the quality of what I'm eating.
I tend to throw a lot of veggies into things that I wouldn't normally throw veggies into. I also try to avoid boiling them. Yeah, same. But like I do it in like things that I normally would eat without veggies.
But
I don't throw like an onion in my peanut butter and jelly or something. I'm not that crazy, but like, yeah, I've seen it. But yeah, girl.
What kind of white nonsense?
Girl, listen. But I don't know. I added into things that
Who in the obviously Caucasian hell?
What in the mountains of Caucasus?
Anyway,
but I usually I'll like scramble it into my eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in my rice sometimes. After it's cooked, I usually do that. I like dice shit up and then put it in my rice. What else do I do it in? This is gonna get into real unhealthy territory really quick. But you know what one of my self-care foods is?
Now that depends. Is it self-care or is it treat yourself?
I call it my self-care food.
Because this is the other point that I wanted to make about this whole self-care thing, is that there's a very fine line between actual self-care and just a devolving string of treat yourself.
Yes. So that's why I'm gonna like give a disclaimer, because people are gonna side-eye me when I say it.
Yet another one.
You said what?
Yet another disclaimer.
Yeah, but like this is like, I feel like there's just a lot of like there's like a lot of soothing emotions tied to it. Like it's got a lot of meaning behind it. And I know I'm talking about a simple food dish here, but gumbo, some good ass fucking seafood gumbo that actually does that is one of my favorite foods to eat.
Like it warms the soul.
Yeah, it warms the soul, and it actually like takes me back to a place, because it makes you think of my grandmother's or something. It's like a very comforting mental blanket.
I'm just over here thinking about some crawdads and shrimp and just everything but catfish, and I'm good. I can't do catfish. I can't. I tried over several years. I can't.
Well, I thank you guys for joining us for the last episode of the
Excuse you.
podcast.
It's no. It's a texture thing, I think.
That's fair.
Like,
yeah.
I really tried
Honestly,
multiple
I'm
times.
addicted to catfish.
Like, my mom would make some, and I'm like, I'll try a piece, but I eat begrudgingly
What is it,
swallow.
fried?
Yeah.
My only poor baby. All right.
Anyway.
But back to what we were saying. Yeah, that starts to bring us to like the line between just like treat yourselfing and self-caring.
Yeah, because self-care is eating better so that way you feel better. Well, no, that's actually not the right distinction. Eating better so that way you perform better versus eating better so you feel better while you're eating, and that's it.
Well, it's hard because feel better is subjective.
Yeah, it really
it's
is.
not like we're not talking feel better as in it makes you happy to eat it. It's things that actually positively benefit your body. We're not talking weight here. We're talking like
Just like energy
certain
levels and stuff.
foods will like boost your energy
Like-
and like help you sleep better, help you function better, help different parts of your body function.
Right, because like I know when I'm eating more of those veggies that I mentioned before, if I'm eating those consistently for lunch for a solid week, my ass will be able to run on the ceiling with how good I've been feeling.
Right, like it actually benefits you a lot.
But sometimes I just don't have the spoons to do it, and I'll end up just like getting McDonald's for a couple days and continue to feel like crap.
Right, I have those bouts where I do that. I was doing good for a while. Like this, I'm coming off the tail end of it because recently I was doing really good with eating. I was ordering my own groceries, making my own food, nothing.
Oh,
packaged.
bitch! I got an app and stuff to show you after we finish. After we finish recording this section, we need to talk.
Okay, we need to talk. But now I just come out the tail end of like a huge Chinese food addiction. Like that happens all the time.
Oh, but
Whenever I'm
Chinese
feeling really bad,
Oh, but Chinese
it's just
food
like
is so
I'm
good.
craving sugar chicken really bad right now.
Sugar chicken.
Yeah, from Panda Express. That's all they sell.
Here's the thing, though. You can do panda, but do it better. Get their super greens instead of lo mein or fried rice.
Yeah.
Get the teriyaki chicken, the mushroom chicken, the broccoli and beef,
The black pepper chicken.
black pepper chicken. All of those are going to be
God.
much better for you.
Yeah, they are.
And a lot less sugary.
And y'all are sleeping on that black pepper chicken. That is
y'all
some
really
of the
are.
most.
Y'all really are.
Oh, good lord. Anyway,
But like I said, we're getting sidetracked again. The thing is treat yourself. Or sorry, self-care would be taking your medication on time and when you need to.
and just like look into medication for some of y'all because
Yeah,
some people just don't do it.
Y'all need to treat medication like in a garden. You know, if you can't make your own neurotransmitters, store bought is fine.
Yeah, exactly. Store bought's fine. I hate that because it's so accurate. But
But no, seriously, like taking your antidepressant, even though you like really don't feel like it, take it. Just take it.
take it.
Take that. Take that.
You were about 2 seconds of laughter away from a whole music break. Don't do it.
Okay, stop threatening me with the hold music. We're gonna have to fight.
I was about to say please hold and do it. Okay, so anyway.
Please hold.
Wow.
You may hear combat sounds in the background. No, but no.
All right. But
I don't know. It's
it's
self-care.
such a weird it's such a weird topic to go about because it can go so many different directions.
Yeah, because it
with
can, because it is a hair thin line
Yeah.
between self-care and excessively treating yourself. Like if it's gonna fuck up your wallet, it's probably excessively treating
yeah,
yourself.
it's excessively treating yourself.
If it's gonna fuck up your waistline in a way that you're not
Opposed
wanting it,
to, yeah.
thank you. If it's gonna fuck up your waistline in a direction that you're not a fan of, it's probably not. It's probably just treating yourself.
Yeah. It's things that treating yourself is short term, self care is long term.
Ooh,
Pretty much.
ooh. I think I like that more. I think
That's pretty much
that is an excellent summary.
yeah. Self care is very long term. It's things that you have to be consistent with that will better you in the long run. It's not something you can do one night and all of a sudden you're like, wow, suddenly my depression is like gone and my edges are laid. No, that's not how that works.
My edges are laid. My bundles are gathered.
Perfect analogy. You don't get edges laid and waves in your hair just by going to bed with a do-rag. You gotta do the shit
You gotta
beforehand
brush.
consistently.
You gotta put brush and coconut oil and all that other stuff.
Right.
I don't know. I've never had waves, so I
I
don't
was
know.
like, do-rag is temporary, very temporary. Like it just keeps your hair together.
Do-rag is overnight.
Yeah.
Waves are lots of effort. And so, yeah, that's the other thing.
We really did just make waves and laid edges an analogy for self-care and treating yourself. Welcome
Self-care?
to the Bottle Kids podcast.
Self-care can be work.
Yes, it can. Absolutely, it can.
It can be pleasure, but it's
It's
gonna,
also work.
whereas treating yourself is going to be just pleasure, I think.
Yeah.
But like another facet of self-care, at least for me, which is what I'm going to be getting back into once I get my money right, I'm going to go back to the gym.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Are you gonna-
I'll explain why later on.
Oh,
But I have aspirations and plans.
I was gonna say, do they involve bigger trucks this time?
Ooh.
Oh god.
I don't think they make bigger trucks, but
Yeah, they probably do.
well, no. I was gonna say I don't think U-Haul makes bigger trucks, but I'm sure we can find a semi somewhere.
Just get a fucking whole ass.
Not
sandwich.
the whole thing, but just the truck, not the trailer. That'll be fun to try.
It'd be fun to watch. All right.
All right. Do you have any closing comments on self-care versus? This is actually a really quick section.
Yeah. Self-care is long-term.
Self-care is long-term and it's work.
Self-care is long-term. Treating yourself is short-term.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's pretty much it. If you've got any ideas for us for our mental health segment, please.
Lord Jesus, please.
Anyway, if you've got any ideas or suggestions for our mental health segment, feel free to shoot us an email at askthebkcast@gmail.com. But on that note, I believe we're going to call it for our mental health segment and move on to who do we have this time, Mr. Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Y'all will find out.
Oh shit, he gonna kill me. Early Morning Limo, that's what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So we've got Early Morning Limo by Mr. Fahrenheit coming at you live, loud, and in color. Stay tuned.
Alright, check it out. What we're trying to find out tonight is who rock the party better, the ladies or the fellas?
Are you okay? Are we good?
We are the crystal chef.
Okay.
Always save the day. And if
So
you
Vesta's
think
over
we
here
can't,
headbanging.
we'll knock your ass out. Okay.
Anyway, welcome back. I hope y'all enjoyed that the musical stylings of Mr. Fahrenheit. We're going to be moving on to our nerd section, which I'm excited. Vest is excited. I'm super excited for the finale of our nerd section, but I'll try to contain myself. So, why are you applauding? Especially because you quietly applauding sounds like something else. So you should probably stop.
Okay. So.
Hold, please.
So, Steven Universe.
Steven Universe. So obviously, big ass spoiler alert.
As per usual. So we're on the third episode of The Bomb, called Together Alone. Steven, as Pink, tries to throw a ball to get the diamonds together to finally talk to White Diamond about coming to Earth to save all the gems.
That they corrupted.
I have theories on that. But that they corrupted. And you get an insight into how Pink lived and why Pink wanted to leave. I don't blame her. Because she literally just sat there. And that's it. She couldn't do shit. Couldn't dance, couldn't mingle, couldn't do anything. Diamonds just sit there. But one of the things that got me was at the ball, Pink is there first. Steven's there first. They introduce the diamonds. Yellow shows up.
Being sickening, my diamond.
Blue shows up.
Being sickening, Vesta's diamond.
Yeah. And then White Pearl shows up. All the lights cut out. And she's like, all those attendants of the Earthy Ball, White's diamond has more important things to do. Do you know how far my wig from here to Homeworld? Like, I was so irritated with White. That's like some Beyonce level shit, getting invited to an award show and not coming. It's literally some...
Or better, making it look like you're about to show up.
Yeah, like, Blue, can you tell them I'm not coming?
See, the problem
To
is...
those in attendance of the VMA Awards, my mama ain't coming.
Okay, see, I wasn't sure if you were talking about Blue Ivy or Blue Diamond for a second. Blue, tell them I'm not coming.
Blue, tell them I'm not coming. Instead of Blue Ivy, it's Blue Diamond.
I mean...
I regret
Anyway.
to inform you that White Diamond's not coming. Leave your edges at the door.
Anyway.
But yeah, and what was interesting about that scene was that she said, however, I'll be observing in her place. White Pearl is allowed to sit in White Diamond's throne above the diamonds.
Which makes me wonder if White Pearl is just a vessel for a fragment of White Diamond's power.
Just a vessel for White Diamond in general. White Diamond can see everything she sees, I would assume. Also, spoilers. Again, they confirmed that White Pearl was Pink Pearl, the original Pink Pearl. And theories onto why she's not Pink Pearl anymore
Are abound.
In the flashback dream sequence, fucking nightmare fuel, Steven is in the place of Pink, and it shows her getting ready for probably a ball, it seems like. Because it is nighttime on Homeworld. And she's juggling for Pink Pearl, and Pink Pearl's laughing and playing. And then,
That dream Steven had, okay.
And then Yellow shows up.
Stretching her neck all the way in.
Oh, they took the draft neck so far, I love it. But that was the funniest fucking expression. It's literally you. Whenever something disgruntles you, it's that face. Just it's the same face. But anyway.
That's because she's my diamond.
But then she shows up and they just pretend, oh no, we weren't doing anything this whole time. And it pleases Yellow. She leaves. And then they start laughing again. But then Steven starts coughing up Rose's hair.
Which is what's really gagging me.
But he starts coughing up Rose's hair, and the second he does, Pink fades into darkness. Pink Pearl fades into darkness. And he's been watched by White Diamond the whole time.
And then he's coughing more.
And then he literally vomits Rose's hair and wakes up. Theories on that dream. White found out that I feel like
White knows.
White found out. Oh no, I'm talking about past time now. I feel like White found out that Pearl wasn't all that great of an influence, quote unquote, on Pink, because she wasn't, keeping Pink in check as Pearls are usually supposed to do, because Pink was still a child at that point,
quote unquote.
And when White found out, she's probably like, "We're not having that. No.
You've gone far enough,
Oh,
Starlight."
yeah, we need to talk about that trailer after the episode. So at the ball, after White just
snubs everybody.
is like, goodbye. White Pearl's watching the ball. Everyone starts dancing. Steven's pissed. Connie's like, "Hey, I'll help you feel better. Why don't we go out on the floor and dance?" The second she said, "Oh, you want to dance?" I'm like, "Oh, no. Not in front of the diamonds, you don't." And lo and behold, they start dancing and they fuse into Stevani in front of everyone. Garnet split, Ruby and Sapphire, Amethyst, Pearl, everyone's just. White Pearl frowns.
Yeah,
Really
hang on. Let's back up because we got to get that timeline correct. So Steven and Kanye are spinning around.
Yeah.
They fuse.
Yeah, and you hear
as you see them spinning, you see White Pearl frown.
She goes from a smile and it literally flips into a frown, and it's the scariest shot of that.
And
show.
then was it yellow or blue that's like unfuse now?
Unfuse or I'll make you. That's blue.
Right. Yeah, it was blue. And then somebody says you'll have to go through me.
Garnet. Ruby and Sapphire fuse together.
You'll have to go through me. And then
Pearl is like, and me fuses with Amethyst, and Opal shows up. And then
two random ass gems,
which are jades apparently, according to the credits. They're jades.
Two random ass jades fuse, and me too. And everybody's just like,
and then Garnet's just like,
it's just that momentary.
Who
girl, I guess.
Who this?
She doesn't even
she
go
says, I knew it and couldn't be the only one. Which is very interesting.
Which makes you wonder how forbidden fusion is.
It's like against, because you saw Ruby and Sapphire fuse, and Blue was just like, y'all are both dead now. Like y'all are getting shattered for this.
If it's such a taboo, why are they able to do it in the first place?
That's Ooh. The creators had to be able to do it first.
Ooh. What if they all fused and made like Black Diamond or something?
So I think something's gonna happen in this next episode. Oh, after which, when Blue and Yellow get really angry at Tabani, and they all try, Garnet and the Crystal Gems try and stand up. And Yellow poops all of them.
Just
Opal out, Garnet out, Jade's out, and then she picks up Stevani, throws him into a jail, and says, "You're going to sit here and think about what you done." Cut to black.
Yeah. They like scramble towards the door and cut to black. Credits.
Yep.
And I'm like, Rebecca Sugar, I'm going to have to teleport to you and yell at you for playing with my emotions like this?
Now, the next episode is called Escapism, which is a song that people have heard before, seasons ago. Rebecca teased it on the podcast.
Oh.
And nobody knows who sings it. And now we really don't know who sings it. It's either going to be Steven and Connie, or, as I always thought it was, it's going to be Pink, or it'll be both of them.
Pink?
Yes.
Like Susan Egan Pink?
Yes.
Oh.
Because it would make sense. Because that clearly isn't the first time Pink has gotten into some deep shit like that and has been thrown in there.
Yeah, because Yellow was like, you have gone too far even for you.
Even for you. Like, that's not the first time Pink's been put on punishment. So I feel like Steven...
Ooh, that phrase just took me back.
What?
On punishment. That for our less melanated followers, on punishment is such a black ass phrase.
Mm-hmm. On punishment,
because I've heard everybody else. I've always heard I can't go out. I'm grounded.
Grounded on punishment is grounded, and it's sterner than grounded. Grounded means nothing to me. On punishment is like stressful.
Like that, you saying that took me back a whole 2 decades.
But But
Anyway, back to Stevani getting thrown.
yeah,
Thrown into.
Stevani gets thrown into the jail and it cuts to black.
Wait, did they get thrown into a jail cell or did they get thrown back into Pink's room?
No, because the teaser, like, the post-episode teaser, shows them in a pitch black jail-looking building.
Interesting.
And it's completely dark in there, which is very interesting because Rebecca has revealed on the podcast that gems don't have to eat, but they do feed off of light. That is a thing.
Ooh.
And the jail cell is pitch black.
Ooh.
Yeah. So then, this is very interesting. It makes me wonder about Pink Pearl and, White Pearl. Person on the podcast was like, so what happens if you, starve a gem of light? Rebecca, I can't answer that. Someone posted that quote on Tumblr and then posted Pink Pearl and then White Pearl right after. Like side by side.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh shit! No! I just got the idea
What?
of like how things, plants and animals that grow in complete darkness. What color are they usually?
Are they black?
No.
No, what are they?
They're usually stark white because they have no because they have no reason to develop any pigment because it's pitch black.
Could that be why White Diamond's white?
Could that be why Pink Pearl has become White Pearl by being deprived of all that
You're
light?
being deprived of light. I can see it.
Ooh.
There's so many theories. People also thought that White Diamond was a star, which is very interesting.
What do you mean?
Like a star, like an exploded star. Because when stars explode, they do release diamonds.
Do they?
Comets are I think it's comets too. Like different like space.
We here at the Baldwin Kids Podcast do not pretend to
We
be
ain't scientists, sorry.
We do not pretend to be any kind of astrologists.
But last I checked,
No,
I believe.
astronomy or astrology? No, astrology is Aries and Aquarius and all that. No, I'm thinking of astronomy.
Oh, I was like,
No. Because if I'm not careful, I mix astronomy and astrology up.
yeah, it's true. Okay, now the teaser for the newest episode,
Oh shit.
Battle of Heart. Well, no, the last episode. There's one more in between the one that just aired and the one that's coming on soon. Battle of Heart and Mind. It's an hour long. I'm going to be stressed out the whole hour.
You and me both. I may have to come over so we can watch it together.
Yeah. It shows this little flashbacks, but it says light years from Earth, and you hear White finally speak again, and she says, "You're not going anywhere." I'm like, oh no. And then she also speaks another line in the ending of it, which is like, "Now, Starlight, this has gone on long enough." That is she emulates such Black Grandma vibes for being like a completely white gem. Like, if I ever heard my grandmother say to me, now Vesta, this has gone on long enough.
That's when your blood
It's
runs.
just like dun, dun, dun.
That's when your blood turns to ice.
But interesting things picked up from that trailer. Blue, Steven and Connie are in a room. Ooh, my voice. In a room. Completely blue, so Blue is trying to use her powers, I would assume.
Or it could be just a Blue's wing. Because
I'm getting more thoughts. No, so...
Because remember, Yellow's purification chamber was all yellow.
But it wasn't glowing yellow. That was like Blue's glow.
Oh, see, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was like Blue's glow. And she was crying, first of all. And she also yells at Steven and says, "That's enough," and hits him. What's Steven talking to her about?
Ooh, I wonder, especially with how much Blue adored Pink.
She was livid. Like, she yelled, like, out of character, yelled and said, "That's enough," and, like,
Hit him with some kind of energy ball.
Like, if that's the mindset that's Pink in her head, she hit Pink.
What?
How pissed is she? What was Steven saying to her? That's one thing.
Which to make her momentarily forget that Steven and Pink are one and the same.
Right. Or maybe just, yeah. I'm very curious as to, like, what that was about. There's also another shot of Yellow trying to attack Steven. Steven throws his shield and deflects it. But I'm also curious, it looked like she didn't want to. I'll go back and show you if I freeze frame it. It looks like she's being forced to. Which leads me to the last shot, which is of yellow and blue falling out of a building. Yellow looks like she's about to strangle the hula hoop off of blue's hair. And her eyes are completely white.
Which leads to so many speculations. It could have been just an animation hiccup. It could be that white is doing something with yellow.
Yeah, white's... Again, I think white, again, can possess people, which is why we think Pink Pearl, if... Pink Pearl is... Well, no, White Pearl is being controlled by her, because she's got her voice.
Which is what's
It's
wrong.
Christine Ebersole with her White Diamond voice, just talking like White Diamond. It's the same voice. So it's very clearly not just Pearl talking.
Because the other pearls are voiced by Dee Dee Magana.
All of them are Dee Dee Magana, yeah. Well, yeah, and then...
Though, different levels of annoying. Because yellow
Because your Diamond's Pearl is obnoxious, and mine is serene to listen to.
Because Yellow Diamond would like to see you now.
My Diamond requests our presence.
I mean...
It's so accurate, actually, to, like, real life. Not saying you're obnoxious, but it's like you're louder, and I'm very, like...
gentle.
Yeah.
Which is why we resonate with the yellow and blue, respectively. Anyway.
But the last little bit of tidbit on that is the episode is called Battle of Heart and Mind. It makes me think of, where are...
the gems.
their gems? Where are yellow and blue's gems?
Both located on their chest.
Where is White's gem?
On her forehead. Also, the little detail, the rest of the crystal gems are poofed, by the way.
Yes.
Yellow zapped the hell out of all of them, defused all of them, and poofed all of them. So Steven, in multiple frames of this little teaser, is holding all four of them.
Oh, yeah, he's holding all 4 gems.
Because we've got Ruby, Sapphire,
It makes me wonder
Pearl,
where
and
they kept
Amethyst.
them. Yeah, where they were keeping them. Because they're even, like, they're probably poofed for the rest of this bomb. Because that's the last episode of the bomb.
Possibly.
Unless they form again by the end of it, like...
And, make Alexandrite to
That's
help
like the
out.
climax of the battle that they were showing, I would hope, in the teaser. With also confirmed space mecha inspiration. White ship gets on top of pink ship. And, they combine.
It makes a big armless thing.
Which is... I love Macross. But, But yeah, I'm excited to see what the fuck happens, because it's just getting so insane. We need more White Diamond, though, because we've got, 2 shots of her.
Yeah, but she creeps you out and doesn't exactly rub me the right way.
Oh, she
either.
scares the shit out of me, especially in that dream. Oh, yeah, we can talk about that, too. We finally see full body White Diamond now.
Oh, right.
We couldn't see her before. Discovery number 1, the girl has sleeves. I'm very disappointed that she didn't go full Jessica Rabbit and have a sleeveless dress, but that's just me. But second, the way her hands are positioned are really weird to me.
Yeah, because at first we thought that, because we didn't see her hands when White Diamond was first revealed, we thought she was in the exact same position as White Pearl.
Right.
With her palms facing up.
Like holding something.
However, when you see the full shot of White Diamond and you can see everything, her
They're
palms
pointed
are
out.
They're pointed out and down. And a friend of ours pointed out the idea that what if she's has
Like
her hands
puppet
like
mastering.
that? If she's working everything like a marionette, which is why her hands are down.
And we were
vaguely
both
forward.
like...
Yeah, because what if she's,
Puppet mastering.
what if she's doing that for White Pearl?
Yeah, puppet mastering. What would happen if that's probably why she's got to stay up there. That's probably not the only thing she's controlling.
That would
Flashback to Pearl. She's not like us. She's not like them. You have no idea what she's capable of.
Yeah, so I can't wait for the big bomb, the hour-long one.
I'm scared. I'm so scared.
I'm almost afraid that one of the gems are going to get shattered.
I really hope not. You know what else I'm really excited for? Again, that's going to be the last point, I swear to God. Remember we were talking about this, what yellow and blue would fuse into? I think that's going to happen.
Ooh.
I think that's going to happen.
We get a green diamond.
And from the concept art not concept art, but fan art that I've seen of that, I'm hyped. If that's the case, that'd be a badass fusion. But anyway, That's it for Steven Universe.
All right, and then we've got a quick thing to mention that I'm actually super excited for. So a new Netflix show surrounding a 19-year-old slave and witch, a series called Siempre Bruja.
I'm excited for that.
I'm excited too because she's an Afro-Latina witch in Colombia, I believe, who is given the opportunity by a wizard to be transported to where slavery is no longer a thing. I'll side-eye that into the sun because technically it still is, but I digress. But she gets zapped to modern day.
Woo!
And the condition of her getting zapped to modern day is that she doesn't use her powers. But as the title says, Siempre Bruja,
Yes.
which, you know, for those too lazy to Google Translate, means always a witch.
Always a witch.
So it makes me wonder, what does she do? Does she, like, use her powers quietly? Is this like some Harry Potter type shit where the Ministry of Magic is just watching her over her shoulder? Like, what's good? But yeah, it's dropping on February 1st, and I fully intend on watching it.
Right.
But I just thought that was cool. However, this is the thing I'm super excited for.
Ladies and gentlemen, and anything in between.
Guys, gals, non-binary pals, guess the fuck what?
The dates for WakandaCon 2019 have been announced.
The dates for WakandaCon 2019 have been announced. And I'm so excited just to walk in and be bathed in all that melanin, surrounded by all the amazing everything. Like, I'm so excited.
It's the thing that started this.
Right.
And we get to make our pilgrimage back.
Right. WakandaCon, the inaugural holding, I guess, of WakandaCon is what kind of brought us together in doing this podcast. So, I just can't wait. It's going to be at a bigger venue.
Yeah.
There's going to be more there.
Yeah.
I am going to be playing a lot of Dragon Ball Fighter Z because I need to get a title. I'll be okay with like second or third place. But last year I made it to be a semifinalist, and the dude I was fighting with, we both by the end of the match were just like
Heavy breath. And I was sitting there watching. I'm just like, well,
because you saw both of us just like sitting there rock solid in the chair.
I have a picture. I'll post it on the Facebook page.
Oh, Jesus.
So you can see how stern they were.
How focused we both were, just like. And for like the last like 30 seconds of the fight, I don't think I was breathing.
Probably not.
Because I was trying my best to get him down, and he had like a sliver of health with one character, and I had a sliver with another character, and he managed to do a teleport at the last possible second and caught me and finished me off.
And I was just like, oh my god. But at one point, I was wandering around. I'm like, this is where I lose K forever.
This WakandaCon is where you're going to lose me forever, at least for that weekend.
True.
Because I know I've said it.
Don't call me, don't text me.
Like, okay, let me put it this way. Last year, after our first panel, I was just looking around at everybody and looking at all this melanin and all these glorious hairstyles and everything. And I'm like, I gotta call my mom. She's gonna lose her mind. I might be trying to bring her this year because I know she will gag. So many locks, so many braids, so many short hairstyles.
It was so amazing.
But like, I can't swear around my mom. Like, she has an issue with people swearing around her. It took every fiber of effort I could summon not to be like, oh my god, but you need to see this, oh my god, those edges are fucking laid. Look at these fucking outfits. I was trying so hard not to swear because I was so excited. So I'm like, I found out about, like, a friend of mine sent me the dates for WakandaCon 2019.
Yes.
This is not an ad. We're just super excited about it.
Although, if you want to sponsor us.
No.
Sponsor, please.
No, but like, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what will be there.
I'm excited.
I am so excited. Like, we're probably, like, once it happens, which, by the way, the dates are somewhere saved in my phone. Here we go. The dates are July 26th through the 28th, 2019, at the Hyatt Regency McCormick.
Oh, that's the bigger one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the bigger venue.
Oh, that's the Hyatt. Yeah, it's bigger.
Yeah. But we're more likely than not going to be talking about it a lot.
A lot.
So, be prepared for a lot of Doro choops. Be prepared for a lot of gagging. Just be prepared.
Ooh, that was a run.
I never
Be
thought.
prepared.
Okay, look, I know I'm not trying to imitate a fusion between Christina and Mariah and Fergie all at once.
Fergie can sing.
Excuse you? Do not come for Stacey Ferguson like that.
Oh, I forgot that was her name. It sounds about right.
Because, see, when she's not trying to sing the national anthem,
Sing.
when she's not, oh my god. Did that happen like a year and a half ago?
Private doors.
Are you done? Are you done? Oh, actually, the self-care thing we were talking about, I actually am working on getting this body together, partly because I'm going to be making you bitches gag at the beach.
The beach.
Let's go get away. They say, anyway.
Sponsored by Nicki Minaj.
Every time you say Nicki Minaj. Anyway, getting this body together for the beach, even though it's already together for the beach and you bitches can gag and you can look away. But I also fully intend on cosplaying as one of the Jabari at WakandaCon.
You didn't tell me that. Ooh. When the fuck were you gonna tell me that?
Now, watch me get a whole bunch of big burly motherfuckers. All of us just walking. Just yo, Vesta looks shook right now. Are you okay? Do you need a minute? Do I need to go get you a fan? Do you need some water?
Please hold. My apologies.
Now that Vesta's downed about 3 gallons of water and ceased the thirst. Because that scene was very, very thirst-inducing.
I still can't breathe.
Well,
So, WakandaCon 2019 is
WakandaCon 2019 is coming, and it's coming for the edges, and coming for the wigs, and coming for the weaves, and coming for the bundles. So be ready.
Yaki, Remy, and Virgin. Human hair. No hair.
Oh.
No horse hair. Wow, you didn't know any of those types of hair.
No, I didn't. I just know. I just knew that you were talking about some phony pony.
So, our next segment. Go ahead.
Anyway, so that's about it for our nerd section. So, which means we get to move on to another thing. So, are you done? We're fighting. Because you are already...
I was trying to aggressively interrupt you as you kept trying to talk.
Okay, so we're gonna fight. So actually,
I'm going first.
You're going first. Ooh, please. And I know what you're about to talk about. I may be chiming in, and then I've got something for when you're done, kind of related. Go right ahead.
So, this isn't new to most of us with half a brain cell
and a TV subscription.
This has been going on for a while, and by for a while I mean this lump of fucking celery stick. Robert Cilantro Pedophile Kellysius out here. His pedophilia, his rape, molestation,
it's
both. Just is coming to a head, and it's just debate whether or not he should be held accountable, or if it's a big deal. And this ain't new, because R. Kelly ain't been shit since he was born. So none of his music is that good either. So y'all can come at me for that. I can throw hands. But people are literally defending this man. Men and women in the black community are defending this man, calling it the next Bill Cosby or some bullshit. Claiming,
Which Bill Cosby can choke too.
yeah, same. Like, there's so many people defending him. Like, oh well, those girls knew what they were doing. Those girls are at fault. Well, he may be a rapist or whatever, but those girls, if you have to put a but at the end of the statement, R. Kelly is a rapist, do not speak to me. Don't blame. You're victim blaming here, and as if y'all don't know wholeheartedly what grooming is, and that, like, as if it's still not being done to this
Some
day.
people don't know what grooming is, though. Do we want to give them a 5-second?
Go ahead.
Grooming basically is slowly working on somebody's psyche to get them to trust you, to like you, to care for you, etc., etc. It's doing things and behaving in a certain way that you know will get them to do whatever you want.
Yes.
It's something that in my swim lesson job that they explicitly told us not to, and that if you were caught, that you would be investigated and would be prosecuted to hell and back.
Right.
Which is why, like, they told us, like, if the kids want to give you a hug, especially for the guys, turn and do just a one-arm hug instead of a two-arm hug, stuff like that, to make sure you didn't come off as a predator.
Like, I believe I can fly to jail. But the defenses I've seen for this man are absolutely disgusting. And there are people who are just like, well,
These little fast-tail girls.
yeah, fast-tail girls. Oh well, if we have to get rid of this one, we have to get rid of all of them. And I'm like,
Here, the dictionary definition is, or at least in this context, is for grooming, to prepare or train someone for a particular purpose or activity.
yep, usually underage. People are talking about that he's not. There is well-documented evidence that he is. There was a whole court case about it. Mm-hmm. The Boondocks made fun of it.
And hold on, and you know how this ain't nowhere near nothing new? Because while you were talking, I was doing a little bit of digging. Guess when that episode came out?
How long ago?
2005.
Wow.
Almost a
15
decade and a
years
half ago.
Man, 15 years ago, y'all still ain't catching him. And before that, he was married to Aaliyah.
Who was a smooth...
15.
What was she, 15, 16?
15. He's 15.
Yeah, and then
Hello?
her trash ass mama wants to try to say we never did anything wrong. She is a whole child married to a
She's
whole
15
adult.
years old. You're fucking gross. And then there's the women that talk about, well, you can separate. This is gonna get into a really heavy topic of, separating the art from the artist.
So-
shit.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with R. Kelly because he's brought his bullshit
Into his music.
into his art.
12 Play,
Yeah. Ain't nothing but a number.
which he wrote for Aaliyah. Who, by the way, he's in the background of the album art for that single.
I admit that 10-minute long apology.
Bullshit.
But here's the thing, y'all can't defend this man if he literally made a song called I Admit. There's no defending him anymore because he's offensed your defenses to death with that title and song alone.
Yeah.
But there's a really big normalization of that and blanketing and hiding of that in the black community. It's not just celebrities. There are whole ass families that hide these people. That just, the solution to the problem is just keep their kids away. Don't talk about it. No.
No, don't
just
talk
keep
about
the kids
it.
away.
Don't throw your creepy ass uncle in fucking jail for
Right,
trying
don't-
to touch on that 2-year-old.
Right.
No. That's fine. Just make sure that
Just
they're wearing
keep
clothes.
them away.
Keep them away. Make sure that they're wearing clothes.
Make sure they're wearing clothes.
One,
Yeah.
clothes are not going to stop somebody like that. We should have probably put like a big disclaimer before we talked about this, but through the magic of editing, we can add it in later.
Say it right now.
So, mid-episode disclaimer. Obviously, we're talking a lot about sexual assault, especially childhood sexual assault. If this messes with you, especially with that Surviving R. Kelly documentary that came out, if this is messing with you, I would not fault you in the slightest to, keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Because this can...
It's gonna get real heavy.
Yeah, because I'm coming for some more faves later, too. Just so you know.
And then it's just a hard subject to talk about for me, just because it's like it's real shit, and if said offending relative offends, does the action that he is known to do to a family member, who will they blame first?
And little fast ass girls.
Right, they'll go as far as to blame the child.
Instead
Even
of
if
blaming
it's their own family.
Instead of blaming the grown ass man who was the active.
Don't talk about it. Stay. What happens in this house stays. In
Oh,
this
no.
house, all that bullshit.
Yeah, no.
No, sorry. And then modern day R. Kelly, fucking Aubrey Drake wheelchair.
Oh no, I was gonna talk about him.
Oh, go ahead.
So, speaking of which, because Robert Kelly is not the only one.
Yes.
No, we've got one Aubrey Drake Graham, who is just as bad, and this was like some really bad comedy, but I couldn't help but laugh at it. Somebody posted a Photoshop picture of an Animorphs cover, where it was a picture of Drake, and then it mutated into R. Kelly, and it was like the Predator or something.
Real shit.
It was horrible, and I chuckled in spite of myself, because the problem is that it was accurate. There's a video that surfaced fairly recently of one Aubrey Drake Graham, who took it upon himself to invite someone up on stage, invite this young girl, and she looks young. She looks extra young. Invited her up on stage, got a little handsy, and then asked her how old she was.
Right.
And found out she was a smooth 17 years old, kissed her again a couple times, and then sent her on her way. See, I could, and this is probably going to sound shitty, so hear me out. I could almost see it if he found out how old she was and immediately sent her off stage.
Right, but he didn't.
But he didn't.
Nope.
That's the thing.
No. Sure didn't.
Because some of these, no, I'm not even going to talk about that. I just, I'm almost tempted to stop saying do better at the end of the show, because it seems like people can just keep doing progressively worse.
But again, as I said before, this ain't new.
This ain't nothing new. This has been happening for generations and generations.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got all handsy with a 17-year-old, and people are still fucking with him. People are still fucking with R. Kelly.
Still.
And it's been
I mean, he did his best stuff, but this song by him is a bop. Nah.
No, it's not a bop. You're listening and supporting a fucking pedophile. Choke.
Die, please.
Choke. And I will gladly cuss out my family members over this. If somebody tries to play R. Kelly in my car, my answer is turning off the radio.
Yep.
No. No. You don't get no. You don't get to listen. We don't listen to pedophiles in my vehicle.
Nope.
Tekashi 6ix9ine pops up. Skip.
Yeah.
Black China, if she ever figures out how to make actual music. Skip. R. Kelly. Skip. Drake. Double skip.
Drake didn't even exist in my radio.
Who?
Ever.
And I was so mad because he decided to go hit the gym and grow a beard, and I'm just like, ooh.
No,
and then
he
I find
still
out
looked like a toe.
But no, that behavior with him. Oh, and shout out
he went out with fucking what's her name from Stranger Things. What is her name?
Oh, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, she talked about how he talked to her and tried to ask her out on dates and shit. So this ain't new.
Yeah. What are you doing with a 13, 14-year-old sending you text saying I miss you? No. No. I can't even be furious about this, because the problem is that this shit happens so often and gets swept under the rug so often that it doesn't devolve into irrelevance. At the same time, it's like, I'm just waiting on us to do better. It's the same thing with the fucking gun control thing. I'm just waiting on us to do better.
Yeah.
Because we've already got that story that popped up out of Georgia that I forgot to mention earlier. Or not that I forgot to mention, that I couldn't really find a place for it. But the story that popped up in Georgia where a handful of teenagers were fucking around with a gun. Teenager A accidentally kills teenager B. Teenager C, D, and E are like, well, fuck this, we're out. And teenager A is like, well, fuck, I killed my friend, I'm going to kill myself. And turns the gun on himself.
Yeah.
And, nothing is going to get done as per usual. Because after Sandy Hook, we decided that, kids being dead was okay as long as we kept our guns.
Yep.
So it's the same thing. I'm just waiting on us to do better. I want us to do better. I would love to hear more ideas for us to do better. If you've got ideas for us to do better, you can shoot us an email because I'm sick and tired of just seeing this left and right.
Yeah.
People just fucking up. Left, right, center, up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
But yeah. Real shit.
Yeah. But was that all you had?
Yeah.
I know I kind of chimed in.
No, I'm done.
But I get to talk about a mediocre gay.
Who
Cause
again?
Dory,
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
who clearly forgot what Kevin Hart actually said. So,
Why is he back?
first of all, can we take a side note to mention that fucking hilarious line off the read? Kevin Hart the backlash to Kevin Hart's response to the backlash to the response to the backlash to the response, because Kevin Hart kept digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper for himself, and then Ellen's ass, who's notorious for fucking finding mediocre ass white gays and giving them money for no goddamn reason, decided to pick up Kevin Hart from the gutter and be like, "Yo, girl, I apologize on behalf of the gay community."
No, you don't.
No, the hell you don't. Because first of all, Kevin Hart flat out admitted to being homophobic in saying that his greatest fear is that his son turns out gay.
Yep.
Gay, fear, homophobia.
Yeah.
But that and him saying that he would, if you ever saw his son playing in somebody's dollhouse or break the dollhouse over his head, well, number one, that's,
That's called abuse.
that's abusive parenting. Number two, that's shitty parenting. And number three, so moving on from that, the fact is that he swore up and down that he apologized for this shit, but some astute internet queens were like, no, girl, the things that you referenced, that you said that you were actually apologizing, were not even remotely close to apologies. If anything, the events were mentioned, and that was about it. And so Tori Hart decided to fix her face, almost fix her face, and say that she wanted that she felt bad about him, getting fired when his ass stepped down instead of apologizing like an adult,
He
admitting.
didn't get fired.
I get that he's the size of a child, but he doesn't need to act like one.
I was gonna bring that up. Wendy Williams, as much as I hate her, brought up when apparently he got robbed at one point. And she's like, clearly this is someone with a child, because who's going out buying Kevin Hart sized clothing?
But my thing is that Ellen can't apologize for the entire gay community. She does not speak for the queens.
She's speaking.
And two, I still maintain the fact that he never actually fully said, what I said was wrong. I shouldn't have said that in the first place. Yeah, it was dumb to bring it. I'm not the biggest fan of people bringing up tweets from forever and a half ago, because people change.
But Kevin Hart
Doubling down on his bullshit, like, he's on my canceled list. Like, here's the thing. I've never been the biggest fan of cancel culture in the first place.
True, because it goes too far sometimes.
Yeah, and
it
people
gets taken too.
People digging up tweets and stuff from ancient history and trying to hold people accountable for it. Now, one, girl, where was your accountability when that tweet actually happened?
That's
And
what.
two-
Yeah, that's the whole thing with the James Gunn stuff. The guy who directed Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
When his shit came up from years ago, he apologized profusely. His stuff wasn't even on like Kevin Hart level.
Yeah, he
like,
wasn't.
bullshit.
He wasn't
It
threatening
was
violence.
off color.
But he wasn't threatening violence
But it
against a
wasn't.
child.
Like, it was like just off color humor, and he apologized. Disney fired him anyway.
Yeah.
That was like that's like what
That's
I don't
peak
like.
cancel culture.
Yeah, I'm
He,
like,
he
why?
actually unambiguously apologized for what he did.
Yeah, and I'm like, and he's gone now. He doesn't have a job. Well, he's probably gonna get another one somewhere else.
But still, meanwhile, Kevin Hart doubles down on his bullshit, and
And-
Ellen tries to give him a pass and tries to convince the Academy to take him back. I'm over here like, girl,
No,
he
wow.
was the one who stepped down.
right, and
in
he
the
stepped
first
down.
place.
The Grammys would have just probably kept him there had he apologized. I think they actually said that. I don't remember if they actually said just apologize.
They just wanted him to apologize.
and he didn't. He just stepped down.
He
I'm
doubled
like,
down and stepped down, and I'm just like, girl, what? Oh, and speaking of mediocre white people, J.K. Rowling, I didn't forget about you and your British ass. Ooh, Jesus. She had the nerve to co-sign some bullshit about trans women being a fox in a hen house. I'm tired. Like, JK, be gone, Expelliarmus, delete. write us, delete us, cause I'm over it.
Your books suck. Sorry.
Here, and there's an article written here, blah blah blah, where I criticize the beloved liberal icon and Harry Potter author for repeatedly liking blatantly transphobic content and articles maligning trans women specifically. I pointed out that once was a mistake, and that's the thing. If somebody says something shitty like that once and apologizes, okay, I can move on. But multiple times is a pattern, which is why I don't fuck with PewDiePie.
Yeah, see, he's been done for me. I got tired of him a long time ago.
Same.
And
Like, I'll still be jealous of his beard genetics, but that's about
I
it.
won't even do those because he looks like a really old Brillo pad from the 1950s.
Ooh.
So, he's in that. He's kind of a reason I don't really associate with like the gamer culture like that. Guys like him are like the reason I'm not a huge fan of like.
It's part of why I'm a
the gaming
PlayStation gamer.
community. Yeah, it's
PlayStation is largely single player.
I just don't trust a lot of the gaming communities in general, especially if they're like they lack in melanin, because they're
Which is
usually
part of why I love WakandaCon.
which is why they're pretty like passively racist.
Yeah, but hang on, because let me get back to my point though.
Yeah.
She's been liking stuff by like Janice Turner, who tweeted, "No fox has a right to live in a hen house, even if he identifies as a hen." On the blah 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 something, putting a misogynist whatever in the women. I don't even feel like finishing the quote, because the thing is that she's aligning herself with these idiots that don't understand how statistics and data work. In that there is no data dictating that a single trans person has done anything in any bathroom, period. Bitch, they're just trying to pee.
Literally.
So saying that, one, just flat out says that you clearly don't understand how things work. And two, why are you aligning yourself with people when you're supposed to be, friendly with people who actually have couth and morals?
Don't you have I'm just like, girl.
Don't you have another mediocre book to write?
I'll say, don't you have another garbage ass fantasy story to write?
And see, here's the thing. I loved the books when I was growing up. I lived for them. I got the 7th book and read it in a single night.
I'm sorry.
But I think at this point, I think J.K. Rowling is done.
The first 2 movies were okay, I guess.
Here's the thing that I like about the movies, though, is that it helps you give a voice to the characters in your head. At least that's how I read. But
yeah, the first 2 movies were pretty good, I guess.
And the thing is, nobody's policing her thoughts or beliefs. She can think what she wants. She can think that trans women are men in dresses, which a lot of conservative asshats think, but I digress. You can think whatever you want. Nobody's trying to be the thought police. But here's the thing, illuminating your behavior, illuminating your thought processes and stuff, and you receiving, backlash by expressing those thoughts and behaviors and such, is not thought policing. You're just getting consequences for your actions. And you can deal with it. But that's all I've got, honestly. I'm tired. I'm tired.
It's a mess. It's a mess out here.
Yeah. But we've got WakandaCon to look forward to.
Yep.
So, in that case, I believe that is about it. So, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, thank you for listening to yet another episode of this hot mess we call the Baldwin Kids Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, great ideas, or suggestions for our mental health section, feel free to shoot us an email at askthebkcast@gmail.com. If you'd like to get a hold of me on the Twitter, my handle is at the Iron Magnus. That's TheIronMagnus.
And I don't use it, but you can find me on Twitter at the Moon Dancer. That's it. I think it's an underscore somewhere in there. You'll find me.
But I believe that's it.
Yeah.
So in that case, y'all, as always, do better, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.